Welcome back to the Champion Mindset Collective podcast and part 5 of Transforming Setbacks and Gains, which is from the podcast series Living the Gain, Embracing the Presence, and the Winning Mindset. Today we're tackling one of the most toughest and rewarding aspects of life, turning setbacks into gains, whether it's a professional challenge, a personal failure, or something unexpected that life throws you off course. Every setback has the potential to teach us something powerful. We'll explore ideas from Dan Sullivan's Gap and the Gain, Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now, and David Niethe's The Winning Mindset to show how resilience, reframing, and presence can help you move forward after setbacks. By the end of this episode, you'll have actionable tools to transform obstacles into opportunities and keep growing even when life gets hard. In segment 1 of this episode, we're going to talk about the gain within every setback. Dan Sullivan says something profound. Growth comes from transforming bad situations into learning experiences. It's about finding the gain within the setback. No matter how small, this doesn't mean that pretending everything is okay. It means shifting your perspective from why did this happen to me to what can I take from this? So imagine yourself, you've just lost your job, and this has happened to me multiple times in my life. 4 times I've lost my job through redundancy. So, this happens quite commonly these days. But the gap mindset would be to fixate on what went wrong and blaming yourself and what could I've done and so on, and spiraling into self-doubt. The gain mindset, however, is about what skills did I develop in that job or that time? How can I use this as a stepping stone for something better? Now, for me, something that I've learned over the years is around communication, it's around relationship, and also about listening and so on. So when I have coaching clients, I make sure that I listen to their point of view. So research insight. Psychologist Angela Duckworth, author of Grit, emphasizes that resilience isn't about avoiding setbacks. It's about bouncing back stronger. When you reframe your setback as a gain, you train your brain to see the challenges as opportunities for growth. Acceptance is also the first step. Eckhart Tolle teaches that acceptance is the foundation of transformation. When you resist what happened, you stay stuck in that frustration. But when you accept that the reality of that moment, it frees your energy up on the next step. So here's some practical tips that you can use. First of all, pause and breathe. A lot of us, when we go into these moments, we start to breathe shallow and fast. The key is when a setback happens is to take that moment to pause, breathe deeply for the count of 4 into your belly, hold for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 5 or 6. Your exhale should be longer. This calms your nervous system down. It brings you from your sympathetic to your parasympathetic system. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can learn or gain from this experience? It might be a skill, it might be a new perspective, or even a greater self-awareness. Building resilience through reframing. David Niethe calls reframing a mental game changer. When you reframe your setback, you shift its meaning. Instead of seeing it as a failure, you see it as a feedback, a chance to learn and adjust. Try this as a practical exercise. Write down a recent setback. Divide the page into 2 columns, one for what went wrong and one for what you gained and learned. This exercise will help you focus on the growth rather than the loss. It's important to reflect and say, okay, this happened. What did I learn from it? And then allows you to reframe that in a more positive way. Power statements are also quite helpful. Creating a power affirmation tied to the lesson. For example, just challenge is helping me build strength and resilience. There's always a positive in every situation. So this week, I encourage you to practice reframing your setback. Reflect on what it taught you and how it's helped you grow. Remember, champions aren't those who avoid challenges. They're the ones who learn from them and keep moving forward. They go through the challenge. They embrace the challenge. They lean into the challenge. They lean into the fear. They lean into all the things that are going on. And the more you learn to lean in and feel it, the more you're going to be able to heal it. You've got this. You've got what it takes. So turn your setbacks into gains. Lastly, I just want to say you are loved and you are worthy. Champion your life, champion your greatness, and have an amazing day.